insomnia. While I'm like, ah! That's literally, yay. I just had a moment when I came in, I was like, I need to sit down for a second, just beautiful. Amazing. So like, look at this. Day started. See what a gate check is. I'm just gonna film this way because it's easier than my phone falling off the mount every single second. So I haven't even eaten. The only thing I have put in my mouth today are egg white bites that I put in my mouth at 7:30 a.m. Actually more like 8. It is 3:30. So I've been involuntarily fasting today. Yay me. Anyways, so I was like la-ti-daing through my day. You know, I had a lot of things to do. I woke up early, got out, got my groceries, got my food prep, went back to the house, did some things on my to-do list, went and taught my swim lessons, then came back from my swim lessons, started working out. That was part of the schedule. I also went and cleaned an office, which was not on my schedule to do, but it kind of was. I didn't put it on my actual list, but I forgot because I was actually supposed to do it. Anyway, so I did that. While I was cleaning the office, I called a friend to plan some bachelorette stuff. I was like, let me call you back because my mom had a client at the office when I didn't. She told me she wasn't going to, but then she did. So I have to be quiet when I'm cleaning there. I can't talk on the phone. So anyway, hold on. I just got a notification that I left something behind. I want to make sure it's nothing important that Okay, I just got a new phone and it told me that I left my old one at home because I haven't reset it yet, so it's fine. It's funny that my phone notified me that I left my phone at home. But anyways, I literally just hopped out of the shower and I threw lotion on my body because I knew I needed it, but I didn't have I hadn't had time to fully dry myself off. Anyway, just put my hair up in the craziest bun ever. But anyway, so while I'm like la-ti-daing thinking I'm getting ready and I'm going to take a flight out of GSP, which is not that far from here, at like 5:30, I go to like double check the load just to make sure because it's not going, long complicated story, but it's not going to my home airport or like my base airport, which is Midway. It's going to O'Hare. And when it's going to O'Hare, not Midway, I'm not covered under commuter policy if I don't make the flight, if it lands in a different destination, if it, whatever, you know, if anything happens with that flight, I'm not covered because it wasn't supposed to go to my base anyway. It was supposed to go to O'Hare, not Midway. So I was like, that's a little risky, but it says that has seats open. Cool. And there's two options. There's an American and a United. Okay. So I'm like, okay, well, fine. If I don't get on the United, I can get on the American. No problem. American was overbooked. Okay. And then United was showing that it had like 5-6 seats open, but it had like 4 people listed, which still gives me seats. So I'm like, okay, if I were to miss that one, do I have time to get myself to another airport that would cover me for commuting? So I looked into that, and while I was looking into that, I asked for an updated load on the GSP to Chicago, O'Hare, and it updated and it said there was like 20 overbooked, 0 seats open, this, that, and the other, because the American flight that I also asked for an update on got canceled. So apparently everybody that, I'm assuming a lot of people that needed to go to O'Hare that were on the American that got canceled booked themselves on the United. So I was like, oh crap, I'm so glad I checked that because I would have been screwed. I still might be, because then I went to go check the Charlotte load and I noticed that there are now 0 seats open. There were 5 earlier and I was 4th on the list. There's 0 seats open and now I'm 5th on the list. Great. And that means that the people above me are most likely flight attendants. So if they are there at the gate before me and they get jump seat, I'm screwed. So I right now scrambled my life together because I was supposed to take a flight out of GSP at 5 o'clock. I'm now having to drive to Charlotte for a flight at 6 o'clock. So I have a little bit of time, but not much. Not much. And I was supposed to have a phone call in like 10 minutes to discuss more bachelorette stuff, and now I'm like gonna be in the car instead of in front of a computer. Anyway, this is just my life. This is just what happens as a commuting flight attendant, and I love being a flight attendant, but I hate commuting. It is like, it is a challenge. It is, my cortisol is just chill, and then when it comes to commuting, I'm like, ah! That's literally, it was like, la ti da ti da, ah! That's how I felt. Yeah. So, yeah, now I'm on my way to Charlotte. No big deals, it's fine. I look like a freaking, threw myself together in 3 minutes, because I did. I didn't even meal prep my actual meal prep. I just threw it in my bag so that I can make it to Chicago and I can meal prep it at my crash pad, which means I get even less sleep, but it's fine. It's fine. I hate commuting. Don't commute, okay? Live in your base, okay? It's worth it. Also, what this means for me with commuting wise and all that stuff is that when I don't make it on this flight, because I'm not on a trip, I'm on reserve or on call, I have to literally make it on the next flight that has available seats, and I still have to work as soon as I get to Chicago. Whereas if I had a trip, according to commuter policy, what they could do if I don't make my flight is they could pull my trip with pay and send me home. But since I don't have a trip, I get stuck in this predicament where they just get to yank me around. And also because I don't have a trip and I get to work as soon as I get to Chicago, I might end up getting a PM trip, and then that PM trip gets me back home at Monday morning, and then I have swim lessons all day. So I'm just gonna throw this out there. I'm driving on my way to the airport to go to work, hopefully, if I make it on the flight, and I just passed by 2 different buildings. One of them said tape manufacturing. And then another one, I can't even remember what it said, but it was something similar. They probably get themselves into sticky situations, but that's not my point. What my point is in America, you can have a business out of anything. Anything. Tape. Manufacturing. There's all different types of tape. Smart. Sounds reasonable. It's insane to me how many freaking opportunities there are for a business. Crazy. Just made it to Chicago. Got off the shuttle. It is almost 2 a.m. and I'm technically good for contact starting at 3 o'clock in the morning. This was not the plan, but it is what it is. I literally didn't make the flight that was out of Charlotte like I thought, and then scheduling said I needed to try. Sorry, there's a train going by and lots of cars. Scheduling said I needed to try the flight to Nashville, and then Nashville had a connection to Chicago. I ended up making it on both of those basically because both of those were delayed. One of them got delayed, and if the other one had not gotten delayed, I would not have made it and I would have been stuck in Nashville. But I made it. We're here. So hopefully they don't call me because I'm 18 on the list. So hopefully they don't call me for a little while. I'm in my room finally, waiting for my AC unit that you can hear in the background to cool down this room. I already put my stuff in the fridge. I did not eat dinner. I already put my stuff in the fridge. I'm gonna meal prep tomorrow morning. I'm gonna try and wake myself up around, it's like 2 o'clock right now. So I'm thinking if I can try and wake myself up around 8 or 9 if they haven't called me. I feel like that will be a reasonable time to wake up and get going. I'm trying the new sauced nugs from Wendy's. This one's the garlic parm. I just got the 2 non-spicy ones because I don't need any more heat in this apartment. It is so hot in here. So hot. Okay, so I have the AC running, and we're gonna do the garlic parmesan. And then this one is the honey barbecue. So, oh shucks, I already got some on the bed. It's messy. Anyway, we're gonna eat this food, brush my teeth, go to bed, and hopefully get a good amount of sleep. I am debating throwing the kettle on and make myself some sleepy time tea because I need to get some data to see if it actually works. That's pretty good. Needs a little salt though. A little salt. It's 7:30. I was good for contact at 3. I don't even know where I am on the list. I don't even want to check. But the fact that I did not get called, and I did double check to make sure scheduling tried to call, like see if scheduling tried to call me and I missed it, and I missed it. That's fine with me. So I'm gonna lay here acting like I'm still sleeping, and we'll see what happens when my phone rings. If it does, if it doesn't, probably will very soon. Cute, right? Okay, so I just got a trip. I haven't even done my meal prep yet. Love that. And I just looked at the trip. It's disgusting. So what do we expect? It's a PM and it's already 2 hours almost delayed. So I'm gonna need to work out before I leave. So that's gonna be interesting, trying to meal prep and work out in the next 45 to 50 minutes. Yay. But that's my life. You know, sometimes the trips are absolutely amazing, and then you have to pay your dues and have, you know, be at their beck and call whenever on your reserve month. That's just how the cookie crumbles. Amazing. So yes, I have to go do my meal prep. I have to work out before I leave because my flight will be getting in at like 2 a.m. and then I have like 12 hours. So there's probably not a chance that I'm gonna go to the gym before I leave the hotel tomorrow. We shall see. Maybe I'll be able to fit it in, but that 12 hours is probably gonna turn even to more a delay because it's already delayed. And what I've noticed is that whenever we have planes delayed, they say like, oh, it's gonna push back to the gate at this time. And I'm like, that plane pushed into the gate at that time. We still have to deplane, we have to board. So like that hour delay is probably gonna be like it's an hour and a half right now. So it's probably gonna be 2 hours by the time we get everybody on and off and all that. Anyway, I'm the C, which I hate, okay? But it is what it is. You have to pay your dues sometimes. It is a new overnight. I haven't had the overnight here yet, so that'll be interesting, although it is only for 12 hours. It's literally where my car is parked currently, so that's kind of annoying that I'm staying where my car is parked, but anyway, it's fine. And then we go to Sacramento. My alarm off. But yes, C position, we're going to Charlotte first, then Sacramento, and then, what else was I gonna say? Oh, it gets in at 9 if everything stays on time, so that's not too horrible. Like, yeah, it's a bummer, but I still could potentially make my commuting flight home to Charlotte, so that's kind of a positive, sort of. So we'll see what happens there. But yeah, that's the dealio. I'm gonna get this day started. I'm pretty sure I'm going to become a bed vegetable today, okay? Our hotel rooms, they don't have couches, so I can't be a couch potato. I'm a bed vegetable, okay? Anyway, came on here to tell you what a gate check is. Okay, so what's a gate check? Let's go into why it's important first. So as a flight attendant, I have to make sure that the device that they give me, they call it our IEFB, but it's an iPad basically. I have to make sure that any information that the company sends out as updates for flights, for weather, for different ways of procedures, for updates to our manuals, anything like that, goes to my iPad. And I have to sync my iPad with those new documents. And not only sync my iPad with those new documents, but I also have to review the new documents and accept and tell them that I have signed off that I've read the information on this. I also have to have my passport on me always. I have to have a working wristwatch. I have to be in uniform, proper uniform, compliance, earrings, jewelry, makeup, hair, clothes, all that, shoes. And you never know when they're gonna come at all. It's completely random. They could catch you in the airport on your way to the gate. You could get to the gate and they catch you there. You could be what happened today is we flew through a base, and at that base, once we had left our base, we had already left our base the prior day, but anyways, we were at a base, and so a supervisor just hopped on our flight and said, hey, guess what? It's a gate check. But also, there are people that have done that on outstations, so places that are not necessarily a base for us, like Sacramento. You could have a random person just meet you with a clipboard, and a clipboard means that you might have to do a drug test or a breathalyzer, urine test, all sorts of things. Gate checks don't always have the drug test with them. Most of the time they don't. But all sorts of things can happen at any point. Also, flight attendants don't really have bosses or supervisors looking over them every single day on their daily tasks and that kind of stuff. And some of us are given training modules that we need to complete on our own time or on our overnight or whatever. And it's certain educational information, legal information, all that kind of stuff that we have to do, further education for our job specifically, or recertification. And so if we have not done those things during a gate check, they will inform you that you have not gotten those done and they are past due, because they all have due dates. And if they are past due, I believe you get a fine. And then you also could get written up. I don't know exactly what happens if that is the case, because I have not experienced that yet, thank God. But yeah, they come periodically and check everybody. So I just came back from the lobby. I thought I had lost my room key. I couldn't find it anywhere. I left it on the windowsill when I was sitting in the windowsill before I got fully... I just had a moment when I came in. I was like, I need to sit down for a second. So I sat down because I have a little windowsill bed in here, and my key card had fallen on the other side of the windowsill bed. Didn't find it until I thought to check that before I left my room. To get my cookies I ordered from Insomnia, which hopefully I don't have tonight because I need to get some sleep for real. But anyways, I've had a headache for the last hot minute, so I've just been laying in my bed, kind of sleeping but not sleeping, just chilling. So I ordered this and I'm so excited. And then I asked the bartender for a cup of milk, which I got for free. Beautiful. Amazing. cannot believe I just missed the sun peeking up over these buildings. Man, only I would have just filmed a little bit longer.